going to be a long ride today. Hi, everyone. Welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. Today, we are focusing on the honorary governor's race, and I'm really excited about this. This is the first time for all of us to bring everybody on, and we're honored to have everyone. So I'm going to get started here by introducing I've just named you now my anchor co-host.
Co-host anchor.
Exactly.
If you need somebody to hold your boat down, just call me.
Paul Freelander. You just never say no, so we keep bringing you on. And
it's going to be a great show today, and Barbara asked me if I would give you some information on what's going on with the honorary governor's race. I don't have the total historical perspective on it. I know it's been going on for many, many years. I, in fact, myself ran, I want to say probably 4, maybe 5 years ago. My charity of choice at that time was Pasco Kids First. What happens, it was set up as actually it was a dual purpose. It was a fundraiser for the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce, but more importantly, 50% of the money went to the honorary governor's charity of choice. The year that I ran against Tina Farrell, who ran representing the Good Samaritan Clinic, and we're about to talk to a young lady here that's also representing the Good Samaritan Clinic. But it's been many, many moons. I know that the president of the Chamber of Commerce, Chip Wickmanowski, at one point ran. Bonnie Howard with Minuteman Press ran for honorary governor. And a lot of just fun events during the time. This community's gotten so busy, it's hard to do quite as many. But I know when I ran, we had a scavenger hunt, we had a kickball tournament, a lot of things. But like I said, what's happened now is there's so many different events going on in the community. It's so hard to throw as many as we did, and it just gets hard because the people like Kayla Cooney, who we're going to introduce you here in a second, are the ones that are already so actively involved. So it's just something else on their plate. So with that, let's introduce Miss Kayla Cooney.
Miss Kayla Cooney.
Hi.
It's
so
great to have you on board here. So we're going to turn it over to you. Tell us what's going on, where you're going, and events that are coming up.
Oh yes. So our first major event that we have coming up this coming Monday is actually going to be a lunch and learn at Rose's Bistro in downtown Newport Richey at noon. So Monday the 26th. So we're really excited about that because Melissa Fay, who is the CEO of the Good Sam Clinic, is actually going to be talking about what Good Sam does, the community it serves, how many people are actually served by Good Sam. It's a pretty vital resource here in Pasco County. We're very fortunate to have it. And the bulk of their staff, those nurses, those dentists, are volunteers. And they always need more volunteers. So we're hoping through, this campaign's about raising money, but it's a lot about raising awareness too.
Yes.
So even if we don't win, even if we don't get a ton of money, we want at least some awareness to be out there, because there might be people out there who really do want to contribute something, but they're not in the financial place to do so right now. You don't know that person in a couple years doesn't go, I really want some place to give this money to, or I want to leave my fortune to this organization, and they've come to Good Sam and really needed that support at one point in time in their life.
Well, and two, you're raising the awareness for those that are in need that wouldn't otherwise be able to get treatment. We've interviewed Melissa, many times. Yeah. She's such a sweetheart, and she's been there for a good little while too.
She has.
It's been in effect for a long time.
She has, and I think when I took a tour of the clinic, it really was sobering to see all of what they do with such little resources and how many people they help. And just to talk to her about, how people get to the clinic, because it's the only one in Pasco like it. So if you live in Dade City and you need to come out to Newport, that's a lot of bus travel to take. So there's a lot of stress already on the person. And to know that some of the medications that they distribute through their clinic, because they also have a pharmacy on site, that their number one thing that they seem to have is for diabetes. That's one of their main medications. Another medication for epilepsy is a big one, and then blood pressure medication. Those things are what they don't do narcotics. They do these things that people really, really need, though. I mean, you think about going to your doctor to get your prescription for your high blood pressure, and that people don't go to the doctor simply because they can't afford to, and they can't afford the prescription. To know Good Sam is there and can do that for them is pretty incredible. So taking a tour of that clinic, seeing all the stuff that they do. They have dental services, very basic extractions and fillings, and yes, you have to make an appointment for that, but how many people don't take care of their teeth the way they should and need an extraction?
Sure.
There are some things that happen throughout the community where you can go and get extractions for free, but
Right.
we've seen those lines. And we know people can't always do that, but to know there's some place that you can make an appointment and go in and get that problem tooth extracted or a filling, I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they did that when I took a
Right.
tour. So it's just incredibly impressive what they're able to do. And the big thing that I also want to encourage people about, if you can't give money, okay, but let your doctor know about Good Sam too, because maybe they can donate some of their time. Or
Right.
maybe their nurses can donate some of their time just to come in and say, you know, they have one ARNP that's on staff, I believe right now. It's a grant-funded position.
Right.
She sees so many people because she fills in when they don't have a doctor. But think about all those people out there that don't otherwise know about that.
And of course, and we'll get to that the slide that just came up for everybody that's watching it. But
Yes.
the other thing is that you mentioned it a second ago, all the medical staff, with the exception of the nurse practitioner that's
Yeah.
on staff, are volunteers.
Yeah.
I know a few of the doctors come from Bay Care, and I'm sure they come from the other hospitals too. I'm just familiar because Pam is involved. My wife's involved in Bay Care.
Yeah.
But the nurses too donate their time. And then there's, like you said, if money's not an option for you, some manpower. You don't have to be a medical professional to come in and volunteer. If you know somebody that's no longer has a need for like a CPAP machine or a BiPAP or any of those type of things, they obviously can't use the masks and the hoses, but the machine itself is a major importance and a major help. So anything like that.
Absolutely.
And then before we go on, a little bit of your background. Let us know who you're all about, girl.
Well, so I've lived here my whole life. So, you know, Good Sam has always been there for my community. These people that, you know, have been around me since I was born. Born and raised here, went to Gulf High, graduated, went to USF, graduated. I work for the city of Newport Richey now. I'm a librarian there. We're very involved with the chamber. I'm on the Young Professionals Group Board and their secretary. And I just really appreciate the way that our community really rallies around one another and these organizations. And I think this race has really showed the best of what we are, and that's 3 great organizations. I've learned a lot more about Good Sam because, you know, in the past my parents were insured, and to read about, you know, all these people that they're helping that fall in between that age gap of 18 and 64, where they're not, you know, a child, but they're not old enough to get Medicare.
Sure.
What happens to those people when they don't qualify and they're employed, but they still don't qualify and they need help? And to read about this clinic and know that it's here to help those people out, it's just, I don't know how you can't support it.
Yes.
So, but working with Melissa, you know, they do a lot of things for the nurses. They're doing their nurses gala is coming up. So we're excited to help support them in that endeavor, of course. I think that's on the 11th of May.
And that's something they do every year. It's quite a
every year.
blowout and sells out every year. And I
Yes.
believe that's also a fundraiser for the clinic too, is it not?
It is a fundraiser for the clinic,
But
and
it
they have a golf tournament on the 7th. That's a fundraiser for the clinic. So learning about, I mean, they hustle. They really do. They do everything they can to get money because it's all about fundraising. They operate on like less than a $500,000 budget, somewhere in there.
Oh my.
And they save our community like $1 million a year because they ask people, if you didn't come to this clinic, where would you go? It's the emergency room,
They would go to
probably.
emergency
And look at how
room,
much
yeah.
money that costs everybody.
Yes.
Look at how much they're saving us by providing them a stable place to go. And when you come in, the very first thing they say is, you know, $5 donation will be appreciated today. It's on their window. If you can't do that, help in another way. And they have a list of things that people can do to help, like sweep the front porch, water the garden, and people do it.
Yes.
Because they feel like,
Yes.
I can't help you, but I can help you this way.
Yes. And that shows the heartbeat of the community.
It does. Again, that's what we're all about.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla, as we start to wind down, you have your big fundraiser coming up. Talk to us about that.
So on April 28th, which is a Saturday, we are doing a haunted clinic.
I love
like
that.
a haunted house. Partially because, like, I think we're far enough from Halloween that everybody kind of misses it a little, and also because I have a lot of Halloween stuff that I want to use.
Great idea.
So, and I have tons of teen volunteers that have already said they want to help with this, and it just seems like, you know, I want to bring it back to the charity. I want to bring it back to who are we doing this for, and it's for them. And sometimes when you go to a dinner or an event, you forget, like, who is this for again? You're at the clinic, this is who it's for. And we're keeping it low cost so that we can give people maybe that might need the clinic to come in and say it's $1, come through, have a moment, but learn about what this clinic does, and hey, maybe it can help you one day, or somebody you love, or just share the knowledge of what this clinic does, and it might bring, you know, incredible success. They're already doing things so well.
No doubt. So. How do we vote for you? How do we let our audience know to vote for you?
On the website, on Good Sam, there's a link on there to go and vote. It's $1 a vote. So if you see me out and about, I will take your money, and I will put it towards my campaign. Or if you happen to go online onto the website, there's a link. I believe it's goodsam.org/vote4Kayla, but we'll put that in the link underneath this video as well. And you know, we just really appreciate everyone's support. And again, this is really awareness raising as well. We want people to research Good Sam and learn about what they do, and just celebrate it. Not every community is as fortunate. We're very lucky to have them, and they're so incredibly dedicated. I found out that the nurse I've gone to since I was a kid is actually on their board of directors, and I'm like, that makes sense.
Everybody gives back. They do.
Absolutely.
Well, it's exciting. We only have a few seconds remaining here, but you are such a delight. You really are. And for such a young, beautiful woman to be involved, you've really jumped in with both feet. You can hear your passion. You can see your passion. And I wish you all the luck in the world. You're already a winner just by stepping into the ring.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you for being on today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jib jab, that's it.
Welcome back. Who's doing this?
Who's doing this? You go ahead.
Welcome back to My Chamber TV Special Edition. Today we are here with the three folks that are running for the honorary governor of West Pasco. And as always, Paul Friedlander, and my pleasure to introduce the hostess with the mostest, Miss Barbara Marville Kelly.
Hi, everybody. But wait, it gets way better.
Yes, it does. I have the honor of introducing two good friends, Steve Sherdell and Brenda Martiniak. Did I do that correctly?
You got it.
All right. And Steve is running for the honorary governor and representing CARES, which Miss Brenda does their marketing and all the good stuff for them. Guys, tell us what's going on.
Well, we are doing a live game show. When Steve Sherdell was my inspiration for this program. He did such a great job for us for the Cares Beach Charity Festival, where he did an onstage auction, and he was just awesome.
Oh, how fun!
I knew that he could carry something like this off, and we could have a lot of fun with it.
Great.
You know, it's funny for me because working with CARES the first time was on the beach charity auction. It was a great event, and we had our auctioneer cancel at the last minute, so I watched YouTube and learned how to auction. And I don't think I was all that good, but we made it work.
No, it was great.
And I got to know a lot more about CARES because I've been in this area since '81. I always knew that they were there, but I didn't really understand everything they did for the community. And once I understood, and appreciated the charity, when they said, we'd love you to be the governor, I checked right away to find out if I had any outstanding things. Then I couldn't run, and I couldn't run for a lot of offices, but governor of West Pasco, I think I'm clear. I think I can do that. So.
That's called doing your homework.
Well, you know what? You don't want it to come out. You know what I mean?
The other candidates haven't done digging up the dirt yet.
Well, they'll find dirt, Paul, but it won't keep me from being governor.
Oh, I love that attitude.
Yeah. And, I think the greatest thing about it is the opportunity to raise money for the chamber and the charities that are involved, because this area is really, I think, a philanthropic area. There's so many people that give back, and it's funny because I have friends in Pinellas County and in Hillsborough County, and they talk about the people that give there, but it's a much larger pool that they draw from. And in our area, there's such really a small group of people that just give so much. And the thing that I've seen that's really encouraging, though, that group begins to grow because people see what they do. And they're touched by it, and they know that it's important. So, we're hoping this will be a part of it. We've never done it before, so we don't know how good we'll be or how bad we'll be at it, but we have the prices. The price is almost right?
Price is almost right.
Okay, price is almost right.
Oh,
and let's take a step back for a second. I don't know, you or Brenda, but tell us what CARES stands for, and tell us where your places are, and tell us exactly what they do in the community.
CARES does an awful lot. We service a very broad range of seniors, which go from 55 to 95 plus, and in all different age groups, age levels. People come into CARES in different ways. Some come in as caregivers where they need help taking care of their elderly parents. Others come in to our senior centers, and they experience recreation and social activities and meeting other people to do activities with and not be alone. We also have adult daycare facilities, which are really, really two awesome. We have adult daycare. We do a lot. We have an adult daycare in Newport Richey, and we have one in Dade City on the other side of the county. And those are they take care of daytime services for out of the home services where people can go and take their parents and they can continue to work or even take a day away and have some respite where they can go to the doctors for themselves or shopping for themselves. So it's a really important service that we provide the community.
That is really a wonderful, wonderful service, because I just want to touch on something. When you're a caregiver, at some point, you become a patient.
Oh, yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of yourself, and if you don't give yourself respite, absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and that's just one service. We also have a free senior health clinic, and that's a wonderful place. This is for people who are 55 plus who do not have insurance. They fall through the cracks. They're not there.
Yes, they're in that.
That's correct. And we provide primary. I want to say primary health services, modified, not complete. We've recently had a wonderful couple of benefactors that have allowed us to go out and get diagnostic services, and it's completely changing the face of what we're doing there and how that's how we're helping people. We've got some reduced diagnostic companies that have come in and given us huge reductions, and we are saving lives. People are being diagnosed with conditions that are they're very easily
Treatable.
taken care of.
They're treatable.
Right, but without the diagnostic,
Right.
You wouldn't have known.
so these are poor people that have no place else to turn.
Oh,
And
that's
CARES is an
nice.
acronym for?
Community Aging and Retirement Services. But everyone really knows this as CARES.
Cares. And you know what? I had heard about it for a long time, and I had an experience in my life that I was a caregiver for my grandmother, who lived with me until she was 88, and with my father. And you don't realize, like you said, the ability to not be able to just go out to dinner, to make an impetuous decision, hey, I'm going to stay at an event later than usual, you know, because you have to provide that care. And the things like the daycare, I think, is phenomenal to give people a break, to get away. The other thing that I think about this area, I came in here in '81, and I think the West Pasco area was built on retirees. I mean, it was a retirement community. People came from the north, came down to live their golden years. And the thing I like about CARES is we recruited them here, and they came here and they built this area, and we've all benefited from it. But I think it's wonderful that we can take care of them. And the thing that I like most about the mission statement is that it allows them to remain in their home. Because for my grandmother, you know, it's right, wrong, or otherwise, I always made her a promise. I said, you know, she said, Stephen, I never want to go in a nursing home. And I said, Grandma, as long as I'm alive, you know, I'll help take care of you. And I wasn't really aware of those services, and it took a real toll on my wife and I.
That's a
course.
hard promise to keep.
It really is.
Absolutely.
It is a very hard promise to keep.
It
so
is.
to be able to, and you know, it does the patient good too, to get away from the caregiver, because when they're, you know, 24/7, at some point in time, we love our family, but at some time,
Well,
you're going to
that's
butt
one of the
heads.
things that they told me with my dad. They said, you know, if you don't get an opportunity to get a break, you know, to get away, you'll be the caregiver,
Yeah.
but you'll ruin your relationship with your dad,
Yeah.
because it won't be friendly anymore. It won't be
Right.
family. You know, it'll be tense. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, those services, the adult daycare center, the senior health clinic, the enrichment centers, which we have, all of those things are part of CARES. But our core mission is to really take care of the poor elderly. We are a lead agency for the area. I always mess that up.
It's okay. We understand.
You got me. I'm good. I'm good.
And our core service is to provide home health services for people who cannot afford but do not need to go to a nursing home. So we help them stay. These are very poor people. So a lot of what we do feeds in to our nonprofit mission to help that core group of people. And that is to stay at home,
Right.
to stay independent, to stay healthy, informed, and connected. And all of those things are what CARES does through one group of the aging process to the other.
Exactly.
And being fortunate enough to be in this community, I've had the pleasure, and continue to do so, not only knowing Brenda for many years, but the guy sitting next to me does so much in the community. Thinking if it's a toss-up for an MC, it's probably going to be either Steve Sherdell or Sean Foster usually. Steve, I want to make sure we have enough time to talk about that, but tell us a little bit about your background in the community real quick,
Well,
if you
you
would.
know, I moved here in '81, and I came from a background. I was a union steward for an industrial shop in the Cleveland, Ohio area, and I was a working guy that went to college at night and tried to better myself. And my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she had retired to Florida. So I made a decision to move down to be close to her, and unfortunately she passed away while I was in the process of doing that. So I got down here, and I didn't know what I'd do, so I thought I'd just go find a high-paying union job down here in Florida. And you know how that ended.
Yeah.
So I got into radio, and once I got into radio, I realized that there's a mandate from the FCC that we serve the communities we're in, and I started noticing the good that we did for people. And I think the thing you know, once you get that feeling of helping people and the reward and the intrinsic value that's in something like that, you just want it more and more. So what I've tried to do is whenever we can to avail the radio station and myself our time to help, you know. And the funny thing is we didn't start to do it to help our business and grow our business, but accidentally the amount of business that comes back just based on,
it's a good
you know,
karma.
people saying, look, yeah, and they say, we know what you do in the community and we're glad that you care. And I think here in Pasco County and Hernando County, we probably have more in common with each other than we do the Tampa Bay area. So it's very important to have that sense of community. So that's really my background. I started in radio as an employee and then became a manager and then a partner. And we now have 4 FM stations. We're hoping to add a 5th there, announce that hopefully before April 1st. If everything goes through.
And we are winding down, so let's get to this.
All right. Oh, absolutely. Let me hold up the beautiful poster. Am I going the right way there?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great likeness.
I love it.
Isn't that good? And she said keep the sunglasses on, so I did that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Almost Price is Right is going to be like a game show. I'll be the MC. There's a chance for people to win prizes. There will be a bar, I believe.
Yes,
which
we'll
is
have
all
a cash bar.
prerequisite if I'm going to be there.
Yes,
There has to be a bar somewhere. And just a chance to have fun. And we're going to have sponsors and Zonk prizes and things that people can win.
Zonk prizes, people will be bidding on tables of merchandise, and if they're chosen as a contestant and they get the right price, they get the whole table of merchandise.
How fun.
Yeah. So
that
in
is
between,
fun.
we'll have some Zonks.
And again, the date on that is?
That's April 25th from
All right.
6 to 9 p.m. at the Kears Center in Elfers, correct?
Kears Elfers Center.
And then we have another event that we're just finalizing now that's going to be, everybody probably knows that Kears is well known for their Celebrity Waiter event that they do at Bonefish. Every year, well attended, a great fundraising event. We're doing a little takeoff on that, a Celebrity Wine Steward event, where we're going to have dinner with wine and some bids coming up. And the target date right now is April 11th for that. And we want to raise all the money that we can to help the charity. So we're still working on other ideas. And a cocktail reception is going to be another one. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness,
This
that
is going to be
so
a really fun event. Tickets are on sale already.
Okay.
It's $25. It's at caresfl.org/tickets. So, and if you can't attend, you can make a donation on there as well.
Perfect. That is perfect.
And every dollar is a vote.
Every dollar is a
So
vote.
if you can't
Remember that.
just write
Steve
it-
Sherdell,
write a check.
honorary governor.
Thank
Go
you.
for it.
Thank
Good
you for
luck.
being here
today,
Be
guys.
nice.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Hope it happens.
Another break. It just keeps getting better and better.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Well, here we are back again. I told you it was going to get better and better. It's My Chamber TV, and yeah, a little bit scary. The owner of Tampa Bay Multimedia, running for honorary governor, and his beautiful boss tech.
That's Mama Tech.
Yeah,
he calls me Mama Tech.
I know, I love it. This is so much fun. It really is. I'm so glad you said yes.
You want to hear something funny? So I'm sitting back there in the back, and I hear Kara go, "Well, we got one person, and we got another." So I'm in Mars. I'll do it. And as soon as I did it, I think I scared Chip so bad he went and he probably begged Steve Sturgill to get into it because he goes, "I do not want John out there representing the Chamber of Commerce." See, I'm the scare tactic. You get me involved, and it raises everybody else's money.
Awareness.
Because we don't know what's going to happen, right, Dylan?
Never. Never.
And that's what makes it fun.
You never know what is going to happen, especially with him anyway. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth or anything else. So when he came home and he said to me, I'm running for honorary, I'm thinking of running for honorary governor. What was my first response? No, you're not. No. No. Where do we have time to fit that into our lives, right? And then he said, yeah, but I'm doing it for Pepin Academies. I went, oh, okay.
Quick funny story. When I was running for honorary governor, Tina was running, and nobody wanted to run against her, and I was on the board at the time. And they go, we need one more person. 16 set of eyes stared at me, and I said, guys, I want to stay married for at least one more year.
Yep. Right?
And so Becky from across the table texted me. She said, I'll be your campaign manager. So I said, okay. I said, guys, I'll do it.
I'm in.
2 weeks later, Becky says, have you told Pam yet? I said, no, I haven't told Pam yet. And unfortunately, we're at a funeral. And somebody turns around to me and says, hey, I heard you're on. And Pam was over here talking to somebody else. And she goes, I heard you're running for honorary governor. I'm looking, oh, because she didn't hear. We get in the car to go to the after party.
You're what?
She goes, are you running for? So I can relate.
I'm with her. I can relate. Totally with her.
I can relate.
All kidding aside, this is just what the community is all about. You can see how everybody is so connected. And that's what our previous guests were talking about. John runs the studio here, but I have to tell you, and I know you will attest to this as well, these two participate in the community. Don't be shaking your head no, John. Yes, they do. And they don't go out and brag about it. They're very honorable about it. And I was thrilled when he said yes. Absolutely thrilled.
Talk to us about Pepin Academies, guys.
Yeah, tell them all about Pepin Academies.
So the reason I said yes, Pepin Academies. Okay, so Pepin Academies, for those of you who don't know, it's a school for learning disabled children. It started in 1999 in Tampa by Tom Pepin of Pepin Distributing. And he and some other people in the community who had children with special needs. They were looking for someplace. For example, the children, it's not like they're, severely disabled or anything like that.
Sure.
These are children who just kind of don't fit. They just learn differently than other children, so they fall behind. In regular school, they just fall behind. They need a little bit extra special attention. A lot of them are autistic or have maybe hearing disabilities or some sort of learning disability. Our son, we know Pepin very well because our son attends Pepin, and he has Fragile X syndrome. It's a learning disability. He's delayed in in all aspects of his life. So he definitely doesn't learn like other children do. So this school was started in 1999, and the need really became noticed rapidly in the whole community, and even in the other counties are all like, hey, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? This is wonderful. So John actually was hired to film, do some videos for the school, and that's how he first learned about it. And he said, I got to tell you, if they ever come to this side, you know, of the Bay, we have got, this is a school for Cage. We have got to get him in there.
It is a really good school.
It is a good school.
And sure enough, in 2013, they opened up, 2013, they opened up the Riverview campus, and in 2014, they opened up Pasco,
Nice.
which is wonderful. And I was like one of the first people in line there to sign him up. So he's been there since then, and he came in as an 8th grader, and just to give you a rough idea, he was in regular mainstream school, and he was very challenged, crying every night, struggling.
Breakdowns every night.
Breakdowns.
It's horrible.
Middle of the night, waking up hysterical because he forgot to do his science homework or something. And I mean, it was very, very difficult. So we went from that to when he moved into Pepin. His first year was his 8th grade year, and he was actually awarded 8th grade overall leadership
Nice.
that year. I know.
He opened right up.
So
It just opened right up.
It just really.
See
Well, and
that?
if you met Cage, you wouldn't even
know.
realize.
No, you'd never-
No,
you know,
you'd never
you wouldn't
know.
know.
You wouldn't.
Not
you
at
wouldn't
all.
realize. I mean, he's just like Dylan, who's behind the scenes today. They're two very, very
Thank you.
nice young men, guys.
I
You did a
know,
great
I love
job.
your boys. They're awesome.
Despite John, you guys did a great job.
Despite John.
It's all right, man. I'm just the scareboat. I'm the one that goes, got to vote for Steve or Kayla. Steve or Kayla, got to vote for one of them.
But it's a great
It's a
program.
wonderful school.
The ambassadors a few years ago, the Spelling Bee,
Yes.
did raise their money for the Pepin Academy back
That's
then
right.
too.
That's right. Yes, we did, and we're very appreciative of that. So I did get on the board for the school because I just believe in being, you know, if my kids going there, I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I've been on
Good
the
for
boards in all the
you.
schools. Yeah, I always did that, but especially this because I didn't know much about it, and I have just been so impressed with the school and how, you know, what they have done with the children. It's amazing. So we had our very first graduating class last year. Yay!
Oh, nice.
So this May is our second graduating class. We're very excited about that. Yep.
And when's Cage graduating?
He's a year away, so he's graduating
1 year.
next year.
I can't believe it. I remembered he was like my size.
I know.
Now he's like way up here.
Yeah, I know.
I think he might be taller than you, Paul.
Yeah, he's pretty
He's
tall.
a
young
tall
man, yeah.
boy. Yeah.
But it is a good school that has all ESE certified teachers to help these children.
Yes.
And the really cool thing about it is, in addition to that, the Tampa campus, and hopefully the other campuses will adopt it as well, once the children reach, you know, and they do graduate, they're 18, between 18 and 22, we actually have them continuing on in school
Oh, nice.
to teach them life skills, how to ride a bus, how to write a check, how to,
That's
you know, get a
awesome.
job and things like that. So right through to 22 years old, they're allowed to stay with the school, and we're teaching them life skills.
Some of those life skills would be good for kids that are graduating from regular school.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to adult,
Yeah.
right?
How to
Exactly.
How to adult.
Adulting 101.
I think there's adults that can use
What does
that.
overdraft mean? Oh no, that just the money was in there.
You overlooked it.
Can't you just write a check, Mom?
I know, right?
No.
That's awesome. And so, what do you guys? What do you? I know.
Well, okay, so because we got in this late, and unlike everybody, I mean, I just don't have the time that everybody else has, and I don't want to run everybody down.
So
I
we're
watch-
begging for money.
Yeah, pretty much. Go to WeBeam TV.
And donate.
You click on the Governor Race little tab over there. You can go donate all day long. We're gonna raffle a cruise.
Awesome.
And I'm waiting on somebody to call me back about some other place that we can potentially going to do karaoke for kids. So we may do that.
That'd be fun.
Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody.
Come on, you can sing, Paul. I've heard it.
And
if you
we're
wanna
working
keep
on
the crowd.
we're working on one event that's probably going to be the beginning of May, and we got to secure the location. I phone call out to it. It's going to be the world's biggest pillow fight.
Oh,
The world's biggest pillow fight.
Paul's thinking right away, I'm
that's
in.
what I'm talking
some-
about.
That sounds fun.
Some guy I know did dodgeball last year, and you know I just don't know
Some
about
guy,
you,
Barry
but
Horvath.
I don't want to get hit in the face with every ball, but I have no problem getting hit in the face with a pillow. And it's going to literally, you're going to sign up as teams, and we're going to pillow fight.
PJs, that's what I'm talking
You're
about.
in your PJs,
PJs, baby.
bathrobe. You got
and
it.
you throw pillows at each other. So if
PJs.
we can get the location, I think I've even got the pillow sponsor. So
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
everybody
That'll
comes
be a
in.
blast.
Yep, you come in. There's 6 people on the team, and there's 5. There's 5 throwers, 4 team, 1 boss, and then there's one called the wall. The wall is just there to take abuse.
They hold
And
a blanket.
They hold a blanket and they move and they keep people. And the goal is to hit the boss.
That is fun.
And anybody that's watching this is purely from the mind of John Gaston.
No, I saw it on Facebook.
You saw it on Facebook.
I knew,
But
if
he
there, was,
ran
I
with
knew
it.
if there was somebody coming up with a cool event for the honorary governor's race, it was going to be you.
I tried.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
That
so
is awesome.
That is awesome.
When is the end of the race?
15th of
They
May.
moved it back to May 15th, thank God, because it did get a later.
Because Steve got in
this
late.
year.
Right.
Okay.
Because I
It was
think
a
it
later
took a lot
start.
of begging from Chip to get him in, so I wouldn't win.
That's
They
fun.
wanted either. If it was me and Kayla would have won because she's an awesome. She is absolutely awesome.
she's
I know,
a
I love
delight.
But you know, I think Chip went. You know, we got to have that ace in the hole. We'll get Steve.
Well,
Steve knows
we'll
everybody.
see.
It's going to be.
You
it'll
guys
be
are
a-
all great.
It'll
It'll
be a
be
great
fun.
race.
I don't care who wins as long as we raise money for our charities.
Absolutely. That's the bottom line.
In the end, the charities in the community.
Sure.
are
Everybody.
what
That's who
wins.
wins.
Everybody
Exactly.
wins.
Anybody
Which is
comes
why
to
I
my.
love this community.
If anybody comes to the studio, they know that I'm about kids.
That's right. We have a big, huge bottle where we put donations every week. People are
Yeah.
putting in there. So go to webeamtv.com, click on the honorary governor's race, and you know who to vote for. Put your donations in.
Yeah, if you don't vote for me, you don't like kids.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if you don't vote for me, you don't like kids. No, I'm just
He
vote.
does.
Just vote. Vote many. Vote often and vote big.
That's
what it's on.
right.
That's on
Yes.
my Facebook.
There
Well,
you
that's
go.
really exciting. And I know how busy both of you guys are. I mean, day in, day out.
Yeah, she kept asking me. She goes, "How?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll figure out
Figure it
something."
out.
You figure it
I'll
out.
figure it
I'll
out.
go
Let's
begging
figure
on
it out.
Facebook.
And we do.
Hey, it's John
figure it
again. Why haven't you donated? That's what I'm going to start doing. Actually, I have a thing that if I win, I'll dye the beer blue,
There you
Oh,
go.
There you go. That'd be worth it.
That would definitely
That'd
be
be
worth
worth
it.
and I'll keep it
He
blue from
almost said he would shave it, but then he went, what was I
Oh, I
thinking?
can't even
No.
imagine that.
No, you don't. That's a scary thing.
The awesome John Gaston and Delynn Gaston running for Pepin Academies, representing Pepin Academies, the honorary governor's race for West Pasco.
That's
Thank you.
right.
Thank
Thanks, you guys.
Welcome. Thanks.
We have one more segment. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi everyone, welcome back into My Chamber TV. It is the heartbeat and the pulse of the community right here in Tampa Bay area. I'm Barbara Marville, and with me is Mr. Paul Friedlander.
And welcome, guys. A special edition today. We get to see the lovely Kara Graham. Although I apologize, I didn't make it the last time, so you got to see her for the whole show. But
oh, that's right. You stood us up.
I stood them up exactly. This is a special edition of the Chamber because we had the 3 people today running for the honorary governor of West Pasco.
Isn't that exciting?
And how exciting! We have Steve Sherdell, who's representing CARES, Kayla Cooney, who's representing the Good Samaritan Health Clinic, and the ever popular, hiding behind the scenes here at the studio, John Gaston and his lovely wife, Lynn Gaston, who are representing Pepin Academies, 3 very worthy charities in our community.
Very exciting, very exciting. And of course, also behind the scenes over at the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce is Kara Graham. She makes it all happen. This is our second show of the month for West Pasco, so thanks for coming over.
Well, you're welcome. I hadn't planned on being on today, but thanks for being here. We don't have a ton going on right now.
But we just had an exciting week.
Oh,
Talk about what happened this past week, Ms. Kara.
We had, Chasco Fiesta in Newport Richey was going on. We had the Young Professionals Group's bowling tournament on Tuesday. Mr. Paul Friedlander on the MC, of course, doing amazing things. I keep getting told you kept calling me your favorite, so I'm getting taking the brunt of that, so thanks for that. And then on Friday we had the golf tournament at Seven Springs, so thank you so much to all of our sponsors for that, and Seven Springs, of course, for hosting that.
Not only, if you weren't around on Friday, if you were stuck in an office somewhere, not only was it a successful golf tournament, but it was absolutely a freaking gorgeous day out there. Oh my God, it was so sunny. Nice. And the wind was blowing. Yes. It was beautiful.
It was such a pretty day, and so we went through that all through the day and into the evening, and we had some Pit Boss barbecue.
Ooh.
So nice, at the end of the day, and had our awards. But yes, our sponsors are amazing for that. I think that's my second year being involved in it. I helped Liz last year. Being with YPG, so it's great. It was a great thing. We all, and then St. Patrick's Day was Saturday, so I think we all had a good time and went out and did that and wore our green and got pinched and did the. So now we get to slow down a minute. And
a minute. Exactly.
Only a
really
minute.
Is.
Keyword is a minute.
It is. Liz and I are about to start planning a membership drive, for this summer, and we're working on the West Pasco magazine and just making sure that we are. Tying up loose ends as we get busy and we get out of, business development week from January and Chasco, and now we can.
And I could be wrong. Next sort of major event going to be business card bingo with the ambassadors.
Yes. Yep.
Ooh, tell us about that.
April or May?
They just kind of formed the committee.
Yeah.
It's in May.
May.
And I believe it's going to be at the Elks.
Okay.
That's where because they have the setup for everything. So
that's great.
We Eric Anderson and Adam are heading up that co-chairing that committee, so it's going to be really fun. I have not been to that. That was like the spelling bee I hadn't done either.
That's a really cool event. For anybody that's not familiar with it, it was an event that actually was the idea of Mr. Chip Wickmanowski. He's been trying to get us to do something like that. And what happens is for $50, last year it was 2 squares. I don't know if we'll do 2 or 1, but for $50, you get your name on, let's say, 2 squares. So when they call B9, it would be B9, West Pasco Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
When they call 068, it would be 068 Total Title Solutions, or Tampa Bay Multimedia. So every time they call, you actually sponsor a number.
Nice.
And
That's
then
fun.
There's 10 games, and for $100 you sponsor the entire game. And that means that we have a young lady walking around with sort of what do they call those? A menu board, with a menu board for the whole game, advertising your company.
Oh, how fun.
And so it really is. It's inexpensive. It's a neat time. But I'm going to warn everybody: and we learned it the first year. If you're a serious bingo player, you probably don't want to come out because we talk, we laugh, and we slow play. We learned that the first year the hard way. We had some serious bingo players
You don't
out
have
there.
your 10 dabbers out at once.
And they were not happy with us. So if you want to play bingo and have fun and still win prizes, come out. If you're looking for a serious game, that's not the night to be there.
You forewarned everybody,
Yes.
right?
If it's as fun as the spelling bee, I am excited because that's so much fun.
It is really a nice. It is a fun evening.
It is.
And then what we see, you've got membership month going to do.
We're going to
August
probably
again?
August, and so we're planning on all that. Summer is it's a great time in West Pasco. We don't have we have annual banquet, of course, in June. And everybody's just kind of working on getting towards the end of our what our fiscal year is. So we all get to breathe for just a minute.
And this young lady's been doing a wonderful job. If you look in the newsletter, there's a bunch of new members coming on. There's a bunch of old members that are excited about, we call it new and improved. So we went from old to pretty and lovely. And so we're excited about that. But there's some changes at the Chamber in terms of like the newsletter and some of the opportunities.
Yes, we're doing everything digitally. So the newsletter, you can still print it, you can still have it if you choose to. But it's in color on our. It goes out in an email, so you get it that way. But the link is also on our website at westpasco.com, and it's really neat because your advertising in there has a link, a hyperlink to if it's an event or your business. So that's a really cool thing because it'll just jump you right in there.
Yes.
And then we're doing email blasts throughout the month for, again, events, as we always did do.
Right.
But it's more affordable now, and you don't have to have the flyers physically, done. But whereas before you had to do 900 of them.
Right.
So we do that. We send out 2 additional email blasts a month. So there's a small
So
cost
they still
to
have the
that.
opportunity to quote unquote do the flyers like they used
Yes.
to, but it's done digitally. And like you said, I saw the prices. It's much more affordable.
It is, and right now we are doing. If you do 2 of them, you get a third one for free.
That's pretty cool. That's really.
It is really
There's
neat.
so many reasons
So
to
neat.
become a member of the Chamber of Commerce. If you're in business and you haven't, you need to check West Pasco Chamber of Commerce out. They really do get involved and get you involved in the community as well. I mean, all these events, they're like constant.
And there's so much more to it. Our
Sure.
member benefits, the list just goes on and on and on. And we partner up with some of our, with Tampa Bay Times, and I know Steve Sherdell and I are in conversations about some things. We have It's Your Home magazine. There's just so many different places that where you can network and interconnect, and we can connect you with people even before you get to that first event or that sponsorship.
Sure.
It's never ending. I could go on and on.
It's nice. Mention your coworkers back at the office today.
Miss Liz Meismer, events and marketing. She's doing amazing. Our Facebook. I don't know if you guys are paying attention. Go find it and do it because she's had a little bit of new training in something, and so she's doing some new things, a little more interactive. It's really cool. And Miss Patty Christ, answering phones and doing like everything. I don't even know what we would do without her. She's been amazing. Mr. Chip Wickmanowski, who is on vacation this week, having a great time.
There you go.
I think they went to Savannah.
Nice.
So, I know, right? And Miss Monique Malin, she's doing our, she's with membership and does a fantastic job. And we have a really good thing going at the office. So.
And of course, the people that allow us to do this TV show, you met one of them on the last segment just before Kara, but John Gaston,
Yes,
and he's got the awesome Dylan back there shouting in our ears, telling us what to do and what not to do.
I'm telling you, and he really does a great job.
He does
I
an
love
awesome job. And guys, if you don't know that, we've done this show now. This April, I think, is going on almost 5 years.
I think so.
And this has all been part of John's giving back to the community and Tampa Bay Multimedia giving back to the community. If you've not seen this office or this studio up here, you need to take time. They'd be more than happy to show you around. You
Oh,
gotta
absolutely.
Come up. And some of the advertising opportunities for streaming and things like that are just phenomenal. Come check them out. Ask John. Call. Go to webeamtv.com. Check it out.
That's right. Thank you.
Our members love it. They do. When they come on to the show.
Don't they?
The response they get from it is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. It's almost like we're the best kept secret in town.
We are.
They come in here and they go, wow, this is like the real deal. We go, yeah.
We do. We appreciate John doing that for us, and of course you being here. Both of you guys, you're wonderful. People get nervous, and I say, "Oh my gosh, no, these two, they got it." So,
Well, you're a delight and
We
you're a great
appreciate it.
addition. You stepped into Paul's shoes.
And heard you did a great job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't get replaced again, damn.
we're big shoes.
Well, it's time for us to, I guess, close the show. Do you want to close the show? You're doing a
Guys,
great job.
thank you so much for joining us once a month, joining us for this special show. For everybody that's out there that supports the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce, and for what the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce does back for our community. Thank you again so much. Barbara Marville Kelly, it is absolutely my pleasure to be here to co-host with you. John, Dylan, guys, thank you so much. Until we meet again, y'all have absolutely a wonderful rest of your week.
That's right. Thank you.